really it was the impact that convinced California regulators that an electric car was a viable consumer option. And it caused them to develop a set of rules that was tucked into a much larger package of air pollution related rules that essentially set out a timeline for innovation and said, by 1998, 2% of the cars that are sold in California have to be electric, and by 2003, 10% have to be electric.
But that failed.
So I would say it didn't fail. I would say it was postponed. And one of the good things about this policy was there was a built-in review mechanism. Every couple of years, they would come back. They would say, is this working? Is this not working? Why is it not working? Is the technology ready? And then they would also fight a lot with automakers about it.
Yeah, so how do the automakers feel about CARB?
I don't think they like them very much in general. Probably Tesla likes them, but it's been an evolving relationship. At various times, the relationship has been more or less fraught, but in general, the relationship has been characterized by a series of very cantankerous lawsuits.
Right. So what is CARB requiring today, and how's that working?
So today you have a situation where 7 states, in addition to California, have bought into CARB's zero-emission vehicle mandate, which basically requires that automakers, if they're going to sell cars in California, or these 7 other states, have to sell a certain proportion of electric vehicles. The interesting thing that they've done, though, is they've overlaid a market on top of this mandate, which is enormously efficiency enhancing. It means that rather than just saying every single automaker has to sell 2% electric cars this year, 3% electric cars next year, an automaker can make a strategic decision whether it makes sense for them to build electric cars themselves or buy what are called ZEV credits, which are credits that are awarded to automakers when they sell an electric vehicle. They can buy them from another automaker.
How much do they cost?
Well, it changes depending on who's selling more or fewer electric vehicles. And sometimes the price is really, really high. A couple of years ago, the maxed out Tesla Model S was producing people estimated $35,000 worth of ZEV credits per vehicle.
So in other words, Tesla, in addition to making money from selling the car, or making revenues from selling the car, was also making revenues from selling credits.
And still are. In Q3 of 2014, Tesla made $76 million through ZEV credits alone.
Selling credits.
Yeah, so it's a lot of money, and it has a big impact on the business model for these electric vehicles.
So how many electric cars are, of the 120,000 that were sold last year, what proportion are in California?
A lot. And if you look at California plus the states that are following the ZEV mandate, it's almost all of them. It's hard to get really good numbers on exactly where the cars are being sold, but California put out an announcement, I think November of last year, that it, together with its partner states, had sold 250,000 electric vehicles. And that was when the US electric vehicle market had cumulatively sold about 250,000 electric vehicles. So it's not all of them, but it's a lot of them.
Right.